Hi friends, today we are going to see about the types of joint classification. So there are three types of joints mainly in our body, that is the fibrous joint, cartilaginous joint and the synovial joint. In fibrous joint we have the suture joint, then the gomphosis joint and the syndesmosis joint. So these three are the subdivisions of the fibrous joints. What are they? Suture joint, gomphosis joint and the syndesmosis joint. So next in cartilaginous joint we have the two types, the symphysis joint and the synchondrosis joint. So in cartilaginous joint we have two subdivisions, symphysis and the synchondrosis. So the suture joint connects two bones by a sutural ligament or a membrane. For example, you can find this in the frontal and the parietal bones of the skull. Okay, the sutures which connecting the two bones are the sutural joints. The next is the gomphosis joint. In gomphosis, there is only one joint in the body, that is between the tooth and the mandible. So it resembles like a peg in a hole. Then the syndesmosis joint. The syndesmosis is directly joined by an interosseous ligament. So the main is the interosseous ligament, bound by interosseous ligament. Okay. So in cartilaginous joint, the two bones are connected either by a fibrocartilage or a hyaline cartilage. Okay. In symphysis, the bones are covered by hyaline cartilage and they are joined by fibrocartilage. In synchondrosis, it is only connected by the hyaline cartilage. So the difference is in symphysis covered by hyaline and joined by fibrocartilage. So in synchondrosis, it is only the hyaline cartilage. So two bones are connected by hyaline cartilage and it can be found in the ribs which articulates with the sternum. And an example for the symphysis joint is the pubic symphysis in the pelvic. So this is an example of the symphysis joint. So now we are going to see about the synovial joint, mainly about the common features and then in detail about the types of the synovial joint. Okay, so the synovial joint is they differ from the cartilaginous and the fibrous joint as they permit the bony end to move freely. We cannot find this in the cartilaginous joint or the fibrous joint. This is because in synovial joint there is no connective tissue which directly unites the bony components, whereas they are indirectly connected by the fibrous capsule. In synovial joint, you may find some common features that may be present in all the synovial joint. So the common features are the joint cavity. Cavity is the space between the two bones, the area between the two bones enclosed by a joint capsule. So next is a joint capsule. Then comes the synovial membrane. Okay. So the next is the synovial fluid. So these four you can commonly find in all the synovial joints. They also contains capsular ligament, bursa, and fibrocartilaginous accessory structures like disc, menisci, labrums. So capsular ligament reinforce the capsule and the bursa reduce the friction between the structures. So the synovial joint also contain these. So what are the common features? The joint cavity, the space between the two bones is a joint cavity which is enclosed by a joint capsule. In capsule we have two layers, an outer fibrous layer and the inner synovial layer. These layers primary function is to enclose the joint cavity and they also provide the stability. So they close the cavity and provide stability. So this is the primary function of the capsule. The synovial layer is the inner lining of the capsule. Okay, it is further divided into intima and subintima. Okay, so intima is a thin layer. Okay, and it has certain functions. What are the functions? It removes the debris. then responsible for the structural repair of the synovium, and responsible antigenesis and tissue destruction. The subintima lies outside to the intima and they also support the intima. Okay, they are highly vascularized connective tissue. And next is the synovial fluid. So the synovial fluid covers the inner surface of the synovial membrane. It is a thin film. Okay, it lubricates and reduces the friction between the two bony components. So main function is to lubricate and to reduce the friction. Okay, next we have a hyaline cartilage. I missed it out. The hyaline cartilage covers the ends of the bone. They provide smooth frictionless movement. It is important for the weight bearing, protect from the stress acting upon it on a bone. Okay, so now we have completed the common features. Okay, next we are going to the classification of the synovial joint. Okay, so always have your book next to you, so it makes you more understand and makes easy. The synovial joint is further classified, okay, based upon the structure or the geometric surface, we can say. And next is the base number of axes or planes in which they are acting. Okay, so based upon these two, the synovial joint is classified. That is based on geometric surface and based on the number of axes and planes they are acting upon. Okay, based upon the structure and the shape, we have the plane joint, ball and socket joint, then the condyloid joint, next the saddle joint, and then we have the hinge joint, and then the pivot joint. Okay, also see the structures of these joints. Next we have the based on the number of axes and planes, uniaxial, biaxial and triaxial. Okay, in uniaxial joints, the bony component rotates around a single axis in a single plane. Okay, that means uniaxial. Biaxial means in two planes around two axes. Okay, then in triaxial, in three plane and three axis. The uniaxial joint are also known as uniplanar, and the biaxial as biplanar, and they call triaxial or multiaxial joints even. As uniaxial joint takes place around a single axis and a single plane, they have said to have a 1 degree of freedom. Okay, so uniaxis means one plane, one axis. Biaxial means two planes, two axes. So they have 2 degree of freedom. That means, what do you mean by triaxial? 3 planes, 3 axes. So they will actually have 3 degree of freedom. Okay, this is what uniaxial joint is, biaxial joint and triaxial joint. Okay, in uniaxial joint we have the pivot joint and the hinge joint. Okay, the pivot and hinge are uniaxial basically. The pivot joint, the cylinder component fits into a ring shape component. Can you see in the photo? Then in hinge joint, the cylinder component fits into a concave component. Then in biaxial we have the saddle joint and the condyloid joint. In saddle joint, convex in one plane and concave in the another plane. Concave and the other is convex. Whereas in condyloid, in both the planes they will be in convex. So in triaxial we have the plane joint and the ball and socket joint. The plane joint articulates relatively between a plane surface. Both the articulating surface will be plane. Okay, in ball and socket joint, a ball like convex surface fits into a concave socket. Hip joint. Okay, so guys, we have completed the classification of the synovial joint in detail about it. Okay, I hope you all have understood it. Thank you. Just go and click the like button and subscribe to my channel to get more videos. Thank you guys.